Hey guys, welcome back to the Kool-Aid Podcast. Welcome back to another video. Guys, on today's video, we're gonna be talking about the UCL. Basically like every single day after the UCL, I come here with Alvaro or Alex, depending on the day. But we give like a roundup of all like the important games and all the important things that have happened in the Champions League. But guys, before we get started and we talk about the UCL games, guys, make sure to follow all of our social media platforms down below. If you guys want to stay up to date with what we do in the channel, make sure to go over there and follow us. But let me introduce my co-host for tonight. Alvaro, I will say what's up.
How we doing, guys?
Okay, perfect. I think the perfect place to start is Galatasaray versus Man United. Manchester United is in trouble. We did talk about this, funny enough, in our last roundup where we talked about the UCL games, and we said like, "Hey, is Manchester United going to even qualify for the knockouts?" And right now, the chances are looking extremely slim. Guys, if I share my screen right now, you guys are going to be seeing the UCL standings right here. Let me zoom in real quick that way you can see. But I don't know. Man United, they are last.
Jets looking rough,
It's
very rough,
looking rough.
very rough. Yo, the fact that Copenhagen is just casually fighting, fighting for the knockout stage is just impressive. Like I know Alex touched base on Copenhagen saying that they were like a sneaky team.
Yeah.
Realistically, no
Nah,
one
nah,
thought
but nah, nah, bro. The guy was just chatting shit,
like
bro. The guy was just chatting shit.
that was like a hot, flaming hot take.
No,
Nah,
no, no, no. The
yo,
guy was like just talking about his ass.
I'm gonna ask you a quick question. It
What's
might
up?
it might make me look dumb as fuck.
Yeah.
But what do you think happens to Ten Hag with with
Oh, Eric
Ten
Ten
Hag
Hag. Uh,
with this?
well, funny enough, like I just saw like a quote right now. I think it was by Fabrizio Romano. And it was like in regards to Eric Ten Hag. Now, I don't think see, look at this quote right here. I am responsible for this. This is a project. We are going forward and making improvements. So that's very hopeful. We are going in the right direction. So I know where we have to go, and the steps we take will make us
And
successful in the long
here's
run.
here's my issue with that quote.
Yeah.
Man, they're a historic juggernaut, right? That's a team that like tell me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
They've had plenty of time to build a project. They have had plenty of mediocre years.
I mean, are you saying like Manchester United or Eric Ten Hag?
I
Bec-
think because I'm trying to think. Ten Hag has been there for what, almost 3 seasons or two
no,
seasons
no, he came in last season.
last
He came,
season.
yeah, he came in last season at the start of
And
last season. Remember, actually, like like he had that horrible start.
yeah.
Um,
Yeah. So with that being said, you got a very favorable
group.
UCL group.
Yeah,
Very fair. Yes, it's not the easiest one. You got a very favorable group.
yeah,
How's this look for your project?
yeah. Oh, yeah. But what's it called? In regards to your first question, I don't think that they're gonna sack Eric Ten Hag. Because of this, Um,
Do you think it feels the pressure?
I think he does because it's still Manchester United, it's one of the biggest clubs in the world. But those call that call from him, it doesn't give me that sense of a vibe like, hey, my job is at risk. It doesn't. He doesn't feel defensive or anything. Um, it feels more like, hey, I'm working on the team. I know it's not where we want to be, but we're seeing the results. And I don't know if you know, but actually, Man United, I think they're the most informed team right now in the Premier League. Actually, let me check right here. Well, they're one of the most informed teams in the Premier League. They're currently sixth in what's it called in the Prem, but their last 5 matches, they've only have one loss. Yeah, they only have one loss, and the only team who what's it
Yeah,
called matches that record is actually Aston Villa.
they, they,
And so,
they
like,
might
hey,
they might have that Barca European curse.
yeah, I know.
Coming in
No,
Europe.
and then top of that, like, hey, Manchester United, like they've had it worse in Europe. But now looking at what's it called? Their game against Galatasaray, we have to talk about Onana. Onana is like, did you see the goals that Manchester United conceded? You
Yo,
weren't able to say.
no, I'm laughing because yo, Onana has some big shoes to fill when he came in.
Bro,
Yeah,
how
yeah,
do you perform even worse than David De Gea?
he has
David De
some
Gea
big.
set the bar like this low, like on the floor, bro. That
It
Onana
was
said
love.
like, "Hey, hold my beer." Nah, bro.
Yo, when it was gonna be a hostile environment for Man U, honestly, you and me predicted Man U losing
Yeah,
in Turkey.
I think we did. I think we did.
You
We
and
did.
me
We
predicted it. So I
yeah.
mean, kind of props to them for for drawing. But I mean, yeah, man, they this was
Mm.
their last hope. Right now, it's not in their hands. If they have
Yeah,
if they have big Galatasaray, okay, now you gotta worry about Copenhagen.
yeah.
With this loss, they gotta worry about Galatasaray and Copenhagen.
Yeah, because look, guys, these are the points. Bayern Munich, bro, Bayern Munich is just chilling in first place. Like honestly, they could play their D team,
No,
in the game against Manchester.
they'll probably still win. So
Yeah, exactly, and they'll probably still win. The but what's it called? Bayern, like they have that mentality where like they like to see other clubs suffer, and so they like go all out even if they're winning like 6-0.
look,
Um,
look. Let's do math. It's pretty simple. Bayern plays Man U, right?
yeah, Manchester United is at home.
Right. Let's say they bring out a crappy ass team. The
Yeah,
only way that Man U advances is by Copenhagen and Galatasaray drawing.
yeah. If they draw and Man United win against Bayern,
Otherwise, either Galatasaray or Copenhagen win, Man U's out.
yeah, what's it
That's
called?
that's rough.
Because I think Copenhagen, I think yeah, because they beat them at home. They beat them at home,
Yeah,
and what's it called? I think Galatasaray beat Man United at home,
yeah.
and what's it? Yeah, exactly. And I think Man United. Wait, what was Man United's win? Hold on, I'm sure.
They beat Copenhagen, right?
They beat the
Yeah,
Champions League. Yeah, they beat Copenhagen at home. Yeah. Okay. So what
one
happens right
zero.
here? If what happens if what's it called? If Manchester United and Copenhagen win?
No,
Well,
no. Look at the points. Look at the points.
oh, you're right. Yeah, yeah, completely right.
They need a
Yeah,
draw.
yeah. So basically, like, it doesn't even matter if Manchester United are to advance. They need for them to win and for Copenhagen and
No,
Galatasaray to draw.
and
Anything else, and
and
they're
this
and
shows
they're
you
knocked
how
out.
much more that loss to Galatasaray stings. If they have beat Galatasaray, they can just
No.
hope for Galatasaray to beat Copenhagen and they would have advanced.
No, and especially like this loss right now. Well, this draw because like it's not a
No,
loss,
no,
but it
no.
feels like a loss.
It's a loss to them.
Yeah, yeah, it's a loss because what's it called? You were leading 2-0 and then you were leading 3-1. So, and then Galatasaray, like they come back
Yep.
due to Onana,
Oh, no, no.
Onana, basically giving Galatasaray the game. Um, but man,
On a side note, a very big side note, is Garnacho the next greatest player of all time?
it was a great goal, great bicycle kick. But honestly, this kid is so overrated.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
like,
yeah.
like,
I saw Castro, the Mexican dude from TikTok, reacting to that,
yeah,
goal, and I was like, bro, yo,
nah,
stop me writing, bro.
yeah,
But
exactly. But
it was a nice goal. It was a nice goal.
yeah, bro, it was absolutely crazy. But just running off the Man United Galatasaray. Is Man United getting through the group?
No, 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 no.
Okay, perfect. I don't think that they're either. I'm pretty sure.
They're not beating Bayern, and even if they beat Bayern, they have to pray for a draw.
Yeah, yeah, they have to pray for a draw. They would have to get very fortunate, and they would have to
No.
basically put in a fantastic performance in order to beat Bayern. But guys, now let's switch to the conversation and let's talk about basically the PSG president paying UEFA Sheffrin, I believe, is the UEFA president for that penalty in which they received in the couple last in basically like the last minutes. Newcastle were robbed. If you guys don't know, Newcastle were basically leading the entire of the entirety of the game. They were putting on a fantastic defensive performance. PSG, they did create a lot of chances. Barcola, the youngster, Dembele, and what's it called? Bro, they're so bad. Dembele having a shocker of a night, bro. Thank goodness that we got rid of him. But they were not able to break down Newcastle, and a controversial penalty gets called in PSG's favor, and Mbappe just like seals the deal, and now basically Group F is completely wide open. And when we look at that, everything is basically the play for in the last match. I'm pretty sure every team can still qualify for the group. If you guys look right here, Milan, they can qualify. If, for example, if they're going to be playing Newcastle. If they beat Newcastle and PSG lose, then they can still qualify, and every single Newcastle vice versa.
Yeah, I'm so happy that Dortmund proved all of us wrong.
Bro, no one had Dortmund topping this group.
I'm pretty sure we all predicted Dortmund not making it out.
No, all of us predicted Dortmund to be last.
I'm pretty sure I predicted Newcastle and Milan advancing.
I think I predicted I definitely predicted Newcastle to finish first. I predicted. Well, guys, we're gonna go check and see everything. But if you guys don't know, Dortmund is gonna be playing against PSG at home, and then Newcastle is going to be playing against AC Milan at home as well. And so when you look at that, and looking at how poor PSG have been away from home, and looking at how solid Newcastle have been at home, it's going to be tough. I don't know. What are your predictions for the last match day?
Honestly, man, I Dortmund still has something to play for because
Yeah.
if PSG wins, they're tied for that first place, and then they gotta look at goal differential and
No, because I'm pretty sure
oh no,
PSG would finish first.
it will be head to head matchups. Okay,
Yeah, exactly.
yeah. So again, yeah, Dortmund still has that first place to play for. So with that being said, even a draw
Yeah.
helps them advance. So I'm predicting Dortmund to advance. And bro, I really want Newcastle to advance. Milan had their chances last year against Inter. I want Newcastle to advance. I
Well,
really want them in the knockout stage.
all I want to see in this group is for Mbappe to get Europa League.
I
If you
really
if
yo.
Mbappe plays in the Europa
wh-
League,
What are the
oh,
what are the chances that if Mbappe that if they don't make it past the group stage, he requests to leave in the winter?
bro,
Imagine,
PSG would ask like, hey, minimum 200 million, 200
imagine
million. You just pay up front, and then
that
there you
would be
go.
hilarious, bro.
Yeah, it would be
But
absolutely
no,
crazy.
knowing him, he'll be yo. I am not waiting until the summer to live for free. I'm leaving right now.
Yeah,
Knowing him,
because
knowing him,
no way that Mbappe is playing the Europa League. No way. Nah.
he's gonna sit out. He's gonna fake an injury. He's leaving.
um, but just looking at like PSG in general, this PSG like they don't fill me with confidence. I feel like this is one of the weaker PSG sides. It just shows like, hey, Neymar and Messi, like these guys, and especially Neymar, because Neymar has been there for a significantly longer period of time. He's basically been the main man at PSG. He's been carrying them, even though you could say like, hey, Mbappe is the face of the team just because he's French, etc. He's like the star boy, but the one who's actually been putting in the performance, it's actually, um, Neymar. What's it called? A criticism that I do have for Mbappe is like, hey, this is your team. You basically signed your friends. You signed your WhatsApp group, everything, and you're not performing. You're not performing. PSG, they aren't playing that well, and even if they get past the group stage and then they qualify for the knockouts, they most likely are going to be finishing in second. Or if they finish in first, props to them. But do you see them going far in the tournament?
Who they match up with if in the first round of the knockout stage?
Well, we don't know at the moment, but just looking at how the groups go, if they finish second, you can face Real Madrid, you can face Man City, you can face Bayern, you could face
Yeah,
Barcelona,
yeah. Look,
Atletico Madrid,
look.
Real Sociedad.
Last year, since Messi arrived at PSG, PSG were favored in every competition.
Yeah,
The team went from Messi, Neymar, and Mbappe to Mbappe.
yeah.
You think that team doesn't feel with confidence? That team has no confidence.
Wait,
If they somehow
wait,
make
wait. You don't have faith in Usman Dembele? You don't have
Oh,
facing in
yeah, yeah.
Muani?
He's the next Messi. He's the next Messi. Yo, I don't. Hey man, we have been very wrong in many different predictions, but I will be
Yeah, we
shocked.
have.
I will be shocked if PSG makes it past Dortmund.
Bro, they're gonna be playing at Germany as well.
I will be shocked if PSG upsets Dortmund. Not even upset because it's not an upset. I'm sure PSG are still favored even if it's away from home.
Yeah,
But
obviously.
but there's no way that PSG wins in Germany. I see a draw unless
Okay,
Mbappe unleashes his hat trick. I don't. And Dortmund knows this. Dortmund knows that with a tie, they secure the first place. So
yeah.
you could very well see a pretty quick parking the bus early on and just getting into PSG's hand.
Mm-hmm. I think it's all dependent. If what's it called? If Dortmund and PSG get a draw, then PSG need Milan to win, for example, because PSG they have like the better head-to-head record against Milan, I believe. Against Newcastle, however, like
Wait,
Newcastle dunked on PSG 4-0 at home.
you're saying that if PSG loses, they need Milan to win.
Yeah, because I believe like Newcastle would beat them in the head-to-head. So it would be Dortmund in first, and then Newcastle to over
No, no,
surpass
no,
them.
no, no. Remember, if if Newcastle wins, no, no. If Newcastle, oh no, you say no, no. You're saying if PSG draws.
Yeah, a PSG
Oh,
draw.
no, 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 no. I thought you said if they lose. Yeah, no, no. If they
Yeah.
draw, I think they will need Milan to win, right?
Yeah, they'll need Milan to win, and then they'll basically finish
The,
in third. Um,
the more the reason for me to want Newcastle to win.
oh, bro, Newcastle. I need Newcastle to win and PSG not to win.
I'm hopeful for Newcastle, bro. I really want to see them in the knockout stages.
Oh, I mean,
I would love to
they've
see
been
that.
playing some good football,
I
but
would love to see that.
just like what's it called? For Manchester United, everything is to play for in that last match day, guys. But guys, let's now talk about our team that we actually haven't talked that much. Let's talk about Arsenal actually because they've like I honestly like haven't seen
Man,
Arsenal play.
I think we're talking about young boys.
Young boy. The young boys. But what's it called? They beat who did they beat? They beat Camera Lens.
Yeah.
So, that's funny because I'm actually guys, it's not actually called Camera Lens, it's RC Lens, but
You're an idiot.
it's yeah, you get it. But they beat them 6-0. They beat them 6-0, and they've actually had some favorable results in the Champions League right now. It seems that they what's it called? Sevilla. They're going to be basically finishing bottom of the group. So they're ployed
You
to
know
get
what?
Europa League. Is it
Pull up,
working this year?
pull up the standings real quick.
Yeah, right here. I
I
got you. I got you.
I
I
was
got you.
looking at the group and I think. Let me see something.
Right here.
Those Sevilla play Lens or PSV?
I think Sevilla plays Lens. Yeah, Sevilla plays Lens. So basically,
Yo, they
Sevilla needs to win.
it's still alive. It's still alive, bro.
Yeah, it's still like
Let's
what's it
stay
called?
hopeful.
They're
Let's stay
Europa.
hopeful. Let's stay hopeful. The,
Exactly.
the,
They're ploy.
the father of the Europa League. Come on,
Yeah.
boys.
They're ployed to get into the
Great
Europa
man.
League. Their dream is still alive. All they have to do is basically beat Lens, and they'll basically clinch that third
Because
spot.
they drew with Lens in the first time.
I think so. Hold on, let me see. Against Sevilla, yeah, they drew. They drew.
Yeah, they will have the head to head. Yep.
Yeah, basically.
I'm very,
Um,
very excited for that.
but do you think Arsenal they're like dark horses in the competition? Well, where do you think that this Arsenal team can go? Because honestly, I have them reaching like quarterfinals max, just like Barcelona.
Right now, I don't have the mental capacity to think who they will match up with. I don't know who they will match up with in the knockout stages. All I'm
In the
saying,
knock.
go ahead, go ahead.
Okay, so if they are going to finish first, they're most likely going to be playing either Copenhagen or Galatasaray. If they face either of those teams, I see them going through. Napoli, I see that as like a potential a tough matchup, maybe like 60-40 because this Napoli team isn't the same as like last year's.
Yeah,
In Group D, you have this is interesting because both Real Sociedad and Inter. they're both tied on 11 points. And so either of them, and right there, I think it's a 50-50 on who goes through. Group E, oh, Atletico Madrid, because that way I can just show you guys. Atletico Madrid versus Lazio. If Atletico Madrid, they bottle it, which the most likely aren't. But any of these two teams can be facing against Arsenal. And I personally, I think if Atletico Madrid face Arsenal, I think Atletico Madrid's beating them. And Group F, literally,
With Atletico Madrid's form right now, I think
yeah,
they
Atletico Madrid is a team that you do not want to play. And we have to play against them this weekend, man. Ugh.
positivity.
Oh my, positive. RB Leipzig 50-50. Porto, I think that's in Arsenal favor. And so when you're looking at the teams that what's it called, that Arsenal are most likely going to be playing, I see it's a very favorable draw. It's a very
I
favorable draw.
think I still think they might low key be frauds, and what I mean by frauds is they have one of the easier groups. So,
Yeah, I mean, they do.
so like easy for them because they have a good team, but I
Yeah.
don't think that their team r- ranks up against their potential rivals. I do think that they're frauds in the sense that I don't think they're gonna make it far. But hey, prove me wrong. I'm doing Alex a favor here.
um.
But I mean, honestly, I don't see them as deep as you said quarterfinals.
Yeah, I said quarterfinals because I think like once you reach the quarters, you're going to be playing like a big team. You're
I
going to
can't
be playing against like a
I can't
Barca.
I can't tell you because if they play a team like who like Real Sociedad, that is
That can go either way.
I would love to I would love to see that game.
Yeah, I would love to see that game because I think Real Sociedad this season have been absolutely brilliant, and who
Atletico
knows,
Madrid
maybe
too.
they could be like the dark horse.
Yeah,
But or the Arsenal, they definitely have a chance, etc. And we definitely have to see what they do. But guys, now let's talk about very quickly because I don't want to be talking about this a lot. But Real Madrid versus Napoli, Real Madrid beat Napoli 4-2. Um, you had Rodrigo scoring a great goal. You had Jude Bellingham scoring, and then I think giving an assist to Jose Lu, boosting his confidence. Ah,
best striker,
semifinals, Max.
best striker in Spain.
The shaker in his face. Semifinals, Max for Real Madrid.
Yes,
Yes.
for this Madrid team, yes.
Yeah. Yeah. I pro-
We,
and
we have, yo, they're playing their third goalie, bro. First of all,
yeah,
third
bro. They
goalie.
have no Eder Militao. They have
They don't.
no
Yeah, they're playing their
Thibaut
third goalie.
Courtois.
They don't have their best defender. They don't have a striker. So come on, it's not being biased. It's being realistic.
Yeah. And thoughts on
And
Jude
I
Bellingham?
wouldn't even be shocked if they get kicked out in the quarterfinals.
No, well, I mean, if they face like a tough team, I can definitely see that
Yo,
happening.
yo, imagine if Atletico Madrid matches up with Madrid in the
No,
quarterfinals.
no, 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 because Atletico Madrid every single time they face him, they like bend over. They like legit just like Real Madrid just like shoves it in raw. No lube. No lube, bro.
That would be a nice matchup.
Nah, like we've seen that matchup like way too many times. Um,
No, but I'm saying this year's team because Madrid
oof.
looks. They look. I'm not saying they are. They look weak. Atletico Madrid looks very confident.
No, a matchup that I would like to see is oh, I would like to see Real Madrid versus a Bayern, for example, and I would want to see like a Man City versus Atletico, something like that.
That would be pretty good actually.
Like Man City versus Atletico, that's a matchup that what's it called that can cause Pep a lot of headaches. And for example, I don't want Man City to win the Champions League. Like
Okay.
I want Pep to be successful, but I don't want Manchester City to be successful.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, but once again, Jude Bellingham. Thoughts on him? Well, how do you rate him?
Like number one through 10.
No,
Like,
just like in general. Like, do you think he's a good player? Do you think he's overrated? Do you think he's
I,
underrated?
I understand the tap in merchant thing. I still think he's a very good player. And I'm sure that most Barca fans would agree that we would like to have him on our team if we had a chance because I think he's a very no don't do that. He will be good for our team.
I
Let's
mean,
be honest. He's a very good player.
Yeah, I mean, like I'd like him in my team, but I don't know if he'd be starting though.
I love you. No, no, but yeah, no, he's class. So
Yeah.
um, and he's shining even more now that Madrid doesn't have many anybody up top.
No. But you actually know what's funny is that I think that, for example, if Jude Bellingham was going to be playing at Barcelona, I don't think that he'd actually play in the midfield. I actually think that he would be benching Lewandowski.
Honestly, with without Xavi's running this team,
Yeah, no, like because honestly, when you look at the midfield, you have
but
Pedri, Frankie,
that would
Gundogan.
that would drop his value so much.
What? Who's?
Bellingham a striker, like permanent
He,
striker.
he, he, he's been playing as striker for Real Madrid like the entirety of the season. He's been playing. He's basically been playing as a false nine. Because look at his
Yeah, yeah,
look at his first goal. It's him his being the most advanced player and headering the ball as like being right next to the defender. He's basically playing as a striker for Real Madrid. You know.
I don't know how it will work under Xavi's.
Yeah, like that would be something that we have to see. But
Oh, yeah.
just my thoughts on Jude Bellingham. I think like he is a good player. I think he has he what's it called? He could be he could be one of the best in his generation. Just anything that says like him being an old timer, him being this amazing great. I think that's a little bit over exaggerated.
Yeah,
People
let him show more.
yeah, but and on top of that, people talking about his goals, like, "Hey guys, he's scored this and this amount of goals in this like couple of games." Even Ronaldo didn't do it. Well, I mean, Ronaldo at that time didn't, have like a huge goal scoring streak. And even Messi, like these players, yeah, they started their amazing goal scoring later, but these guys were already considered to be like one of the best in the world and
No,
already shown their talent
no,
to be.
those guys started later, and those guys did not slow down. They kept
Yeah,
perfect.
exactly. And then those guys, what's it called?
Bellingham, in order for Bellingham to be put in that conversation, he has to do what he's doing for for the rest of his career.
No, and not even that. He needs what's it called? If we have to remember, Jude Bellingham is a midfielder, so I don't I understand. Like, yes, praise him for scoring the goals, but if you're saying like, hey, this guy's being amazing because he's scoring goals, what happens if he's not scoring goals? Because
Yeah, there
he's
you go.
not going to be a player that's going to be scoring 40, 50 goals a season in like in every single season. That's not him. That's not his role.
You're right.
And so I would say, manage expectations. Props to Jude Bellingham. He's doing fantastically well, but I'm not gonna be putting him like being better than Messi, being better than Ronaldo, or any of these crazy
Yeah,
shots that people are already saying in
for
the
sure,
internet.
for sure.
Um, but just last topic, obviously Man City they won. They came back against RB Leipzig. They actually started losing, but Man City doing Man City things under Pep. But Ivo, I want to get your thoughts on Barcelona's performance against Porto. We finally advanced into the knockouts. We will not be
Yeah,
getting grouped.
you and me were sweating balls thinking that Porto
Y-
was gonna sweep in,
Uh,
but hey, man,
bro, and it was looking dangerous, bro. Barcelona started losing. Barcelona started losing, and then they made us suffer. They made us suffer.
I don't
Yeah.
even know what to expect from this team anymore because they give you encouraging signs and then they do the opposite.
Uh,
Look, man, we got what we needed. Um,
uh, an encouraging sign that I can take from this is like, hey, our next game is against Royal Antwerp, and they're actually like the worst team in the entire UCL campaign. They've
I
lost every single game. Yeah, they've lost every single game. No other team has done that. And what's it
yeah,
called?
I find it pretty cool that Cancelo and Joao Felix never won against Porto. They never beat
Yeah,
Porto,
yeah. And
and
then
now
both of them.
and they were the two people that scored to beat them for the
Yeah,
second.
yeah. That's actually
You know,
crazy.
what are your thoughts on? Still the same opinion on Joao Felix?
Joe Felix, decent, good player. Just not worth anything more than I would say like 30 million, maybe even 25.
Will you bring him back on 30 million?
No, no.
25?
Even then, no, no, because I honestly like think that Barcelona they should be prioritizing that pivot role. I think
Yeah,
like all of our
yeah,
funds should be going into Zubomendi.
yeah.
Because we are bringing in Vitor Roque in January, and so hey, that could be a big boost to our squad. because the knockouts they are played. They are going to be played in in March, April, in these months, and so Barcelona could be looking completely different than what they're looking in right now. And I'd much rather see Barcelona reinforce that CDM position, because a good CDM absolutely completely changes your team and the outlook and the way you play.
especially with how Barca plays.
Yeah, especially with the way Barcelona play. And so, nah, I'm not going to be spending any money on Joao Felix. Maybe we get him on another loan.
Yeah, I'll take
That'd
them.
be good.
I'll take them.
Yeah, and I think that's actually
Maybe,
doable.
maybe Atletico gets desperate and sells them for way lower.
Nah, I don't think so. Because they are stubborn like that, and they don't like to make things easy for Barcelona.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but
But yeah, no, like Barca. I mean, a little bit scary, but we'll take the points.
yeah, we'll take the points. Next game is against Royal Antwerp. That's probably going to be another easy 3 points, and we have to look at our next upcoming games. You have Atletico Madrid this weekend. That's going to be a tough one. We are going to be playing at our home stadium,
Yeah,
well, home stadium, and then we're going to be playing against Girona. Two two
the
two
best team
teams,
in La Liga.
the best team in La Liga right now.
Hey
I
man,
well,
and you know why that is? Because
why
they have Barca players.
they have Eric Garcia. You heard
Eric
it here,
Garcia
folks.
and Paulo Torre, right?
Yeah, exactly. They have Paulo Torre and Eric Garcia. But currently, what's it called? Real Madrid, they're currently first in La Liga, just because they have the head-to-head record against Girona.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
but
but they're tied on points though.
at heart, Girona's number one.
But Barcelona, so they are only behind Real Madrid by 4 points. If Barcelona they beat Atletico, that's good.
To
And
be
then if
honest,
they beat Girona,
with how bad Barca has been playing in La Liga, we're happy. I will happily take 4 points away from Madrid because we should probably be 8 points away. And
the way the way we've been playing, it's been really bad. It's been bad.
we'll take it.
Um, but lastly, Avila, do you want to talk about any other game, in specific?
No, I mean, I think the most interesting ones the we cover those. I'm very excited to see Newcastle and see if they can actually advance. We had them as our number one spot in that
Yeah,
group stage. Um, and then see what Man U does and see Copenhagen draws.
yeah, that's
Um,
gonna be interesting.
yeah, I mean, right now I'm looking over the upcoming like the last group stage game for that for like the UCL.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't know, bro. I mean, Barca secured it with a victory. I think we're good, bro. Yeah, unless you can think of some other game.
no, I mean like you could talk about Atletico Madrid, but honestly, Atletico Madrid, like easy group, they got the job done.
Yeah,
Inter and Real Sociedad, they actually tied 3-3. That's something that's also we have to mention. But overall, like we pretty much discussed like the big games. Other than that, nothing really much to talk about.
you
And I think
know what's funny? Did we predict Benfica to stay out of the?
I think we did. What's it called? Oh wait, actually, it was Benfica and Inter, not Real Sociedad. My bad. Um, yeah, we actually predicted.
Wow,
Wait,
Benfica.
no, actually, for that game, well, we have to see. We have to see because that was actually tight. That was actually tight.
Benfica has 4 losses in 5 games.
Yeah, they've not been good.
That is rough.
Mm.
But hey, man,
Yeah, Europa League is the best shot right now.
and Salzburg's playing better than them. So
Yeah, exactly, and they're playing better than them. But I think that's a good point to stop, guys. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed the video. We did cover most of the games, and we are going to be back in basically 2 weeks to talk about the rest of the matches. But guys, thank you guys all for watching. Thank you guys all for tuning in as well. Thank you guys for supporting the channel. Now, as always, guys, like, subscribe, and comment, and we'll see you guys all.